I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine with this week's web fishing report. I'm going to start things off this week by letting you know about some regulation updates that were put into place last week. I'm going to start off with striped bass, where Connecticut and New York both set a one-fish bag limit with a minimum length of 28 inches for all recreational anglers. This includes both private as well as for-hire boats. And they joined New Hampshire as well as Massachusetts, which both established the same regulations in previous weeks. We are still waiting for Maine as well as Rhode Island to announce their regulations, and as soon as we get word, we'll be sure to pass them right along to you. Continue with some new regulations. We've got Connecticut, who set their black sea bass, scup, and fluke regulations for 2015 last week. Starting with sea bass, they established a 14-inch minimum 3-fish creel limit running from June 1st to August 31st, and then upping it to a 5-fish limit from September 1st until December 31st. Then with scup, they established a 10-inch minimum 30-fish bag limit, season running from May 1st to October 31st. Fluke remains the same as 2014 with an 18-inch minimum 5-fish bag limit, season running from May 17th to September 21st. As always, these details can be found at thefisherman.com. Now, one more item of note. April monthly issue is due out next week, and it's the start of our weekly printing schedule once again. And to this end, I'm in need of both cover as well as report photos from subscribers and advertisers alike. So if you've got any great shots from this past winter season or even last year's open water fishing, please email them over to me at tlapinski@thefisherman.com. That's TLAPINSKI@thefisherman.com. Be sure to send the original unedited digital high-resolution shots to my email, and you never know, you might just see your smiling face looking back at you in an upcoming copy of the Fisherman magazine. Moving on to the reports, we're going to start in Connecticut, where for the most part it was another week with ice fishing ruling the reports. Andrew at Fishing Factory 3 in Middletown said that the Connecticut River coves continue to produce fish, and Candlewood Lake has also been a good spot for trout and smallmouth bass. When I talked to Joe at River's End in Old Saybrook on Sunday morning, he was still busily preparing for this weekend's upcoming Striper Surf Day. However, he did get word of some schoolie bass being landed in the Housatonic River. He didn't have any exact details on just where or how they were landed, but it's good to hear reports finally starting to filter into those striped bass. Over in Rhode Island, while we saw some warmer weather inland last week, fishing around Block Island remains difficult. Both the Island Current and the Francis fleet got out a few times for cod, but they found the bite to be very difficult, with mostly short fish being decked. Between the cold waters and the infrequency of which the boats have been sailing, it's been tough to locate a good body of cooperative fish. However, fishing should continue to improve as we see extended periods of warmer weather in the coming weeks. Up in Massachusetts, it's still all about ice fishing to our north, and reports from Falmouth Bait and Tackle on the Cape are some quickly diminishing safe ice, so please use extreme caution. However, where ice still can be found, there are some good reports coming in of panfish, bass, and pickerel being taken primarily on minnows suspended below tip-ups, but it doesn't take long for that open water to appear. We should get some open water action anytime now. Then back on the mainland, Russ Eastman of Monahan's Marine did well early in the week on brown trout as he iced a pair of fish weighing 3 and 3.5 pounds. He landed these fish on minnows suspended around 20 feet down in roughly 90 feet of water, and he plans to go out this coming week, so hopefully we'll have another follow-up report from him next week. So there you have it. I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine, wishing you tight lines on the water.
To receive the latest fishing reports, subscribe to the Fisherman's YouTube page. Click subscribe, then click the settings button and check Send Me Updates. You'll now receive notifications of the latest Fisherman YouTube videos and reports. If you're already a subscriber, make sure you've checked Send Me Updates in the settings so you receive the latest notifications.